The City of Toronto is in widespread consultations with the public on a topic that has gripped the world this year, police reform. Today is the final day for Torontonians to fill out a survey and have their say in changes they would like to see in Toronto police services. And while the city says changes could be implemented as early as next year, some advocacy groups say their demands aren't being heard. The weekly rallies have tailed off since the summer, but the demands are still clear. Police reforms are needed now more than ever. In an extensive survey, the city has been asking the public for their input and priorities when it comes to policing.
I suppose the survey is one way of gauging public response, but I think we also saw public response by the way that the city came out in favor, astoundingly in favor of supporting defunding the police.
There were renewed calls to defund the police this week when it was discovered a black trans woman died in police custody in late October. Officers were called to an apartment after reports of a break-and-enter, and according to police, when they arrived, there was no break-and-enter, but a woman was in crisis. Despite being taken to the hospital, she went into distress and died.
We never need a police officer with a uniform and a taser to arrive to an emotional crisis call. It escalates the situation terribly, and more often than not, it results in a fatality.
At a meeting in June, City Council adopted 36 decisions related to policing reforms, including the creation of non-police-led response to calls involving individuals in crisis. Currently, mobile crisis intervention teams in the city pair an officer with a nurse, but advocates argue the officer shouldn't even be involved.
They would like to see a heavier focus on the mental health piece of it, which I think we all agree on, including the service. Our system isn't, unfortunately, the best to support those individuals.
As for defunding the police, advocates have demanded at least 50% of the service's $1.2 billion budget be cut, and for that much-needed money to be redistributed to community and social services. The city's Auditor General will be reviewing the finances of the Toronto Police, looking for efficiencies and savings in the force.
It is the city's largest budget in the city, and as of right now, budgets are tight due to COVID and the impacts of COVID.
Recommendations from this survey will be presented to the city's executive committee in January. This survey is still online until tomorrow, and if you would like to fill it out, you can find the link on our website, citynews.ca/extras.